So I am starting off this vlog in a very sour mood right now. I am not happy at all. All of us are incredibly ticked off. I took off today from school, a day that I'm gonna have to make up, that I have to find babysitting for, to have an IUD put in. But my body is different than most people. So I have to get blood work done before I have the IUD in, and to make sure that I'm not pregnant, because they don't want to just do the little dip test because nobody knows where I am in my cycle and yada yada yada. I haven't had my period, all this good stuff. So I got a call 5 minutes ago that I need to be in the lab for blood work that I didn't know was happening in 15 minutes. First off, my doctor is an hour away. It takes me an hour to get there. And now I have to drive to the closest place and hope that I can get there within 15 minutes, get in for my blood work within 15 minutes, and have all of the papers from my doctor transferred to this place in 15 minutes. Or I can't have my doctor's appointment, and the next time that we can get this in is February. I am so angry right now. I don't even have words to explain how angry I am. I am so angry. It's ridiculous. This is insane. Okay, I am 4 minutes away from the hospital. Well, 4 minutes away from supposed to be getting my blood work. I am almost at the hospital. I called my best friend Alexis. You've seen her in our vlogs before. She's in a lot of our vlogs whenever we're doing our competition season with the color guard. Her mom works at the lab, and so I was like, what lab is it? What's the name of it? We need to get the paper sent over. I'm coming in. And so she's texting her mom to like see how things are there, and like if this whole thing can even get done in the first place. But I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be past 11 by the time I pull in. Then the light's turning red, so it's not gonna matter. So this is insane. So frustrating. Danny's frustrated because he's supposed to be working from home, and you know, his mom is on her way over, but we don't know that she's gonna make it, and it's just annoying. So now I'm done. I got my poke. I don't know if you can even see that. Oh my gosh, if that turns out positive, that would be, if that turned out positive, first off, I wouldn't even know how far along pregnant I am. I would have no idea. But that baby would be born, what is that, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. So July, oh Lord, it'd be July. So Everly would be 13 months. 13 months old. If I were to be pregnant right now, which it's not going to be positive, but that would be crazy. So now that I had to do this, I don't have to leave my house now for another like hour, or I mean another half hour. So I have a half an hour before I would have to leave my house, but it's going to take me 15 minutes to get to my house. So is there even like a point of going home for 15 minutes and then coming back? I don't know. This is so frustrating. So I am gonna go home. I am at our awesome Taco Bell, which you know how that always goes. I'll probably be here for forever. I'm gonna get us lunch here, and then I'm gonna go back home, and I will do like the 15-20 minutes at home. God, can you see this? I was like in the shower and I was exfoliating my skin, and so now I look horrible. And then they called and told me this, and then they're stressing me out. Anyway, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna pump because Everly just ate the last bottle that I don't have frozen, so I'm gonna pump before I leave. That way I'm not hurting. God, have I mentioned that I'm mad? Because I'm pretty angry. But it's done, so we just have to wait for the results to come back. And hopefully be negative. Because if not, Lordy. Can't even imagine what my life would be like. Insane. All right, so here's the deal. I went home, I pumped 6 ounces that I pumped in like, I don't even know. I think I only pumped for like 6 or 7 minutes. And I put a little bit of makeup on, as you can see, so that it doesn't look so bad. And yeah, I did break my nose. So when you see that little flat thing there, it's because I broke my nose. I like smashed it, so I do have like a flat piece. Anyway, nothing I can do about that. So you're just gonna have to deal with it. But we are on our way. I need to get gas, so that's gonna make me late. And there's always some sort of road construction, so I'm probably gonna be late for that too. But I had to pump. I was gonna be hurting way too much, and the baby wasn't gonna have enough food if I didn't pump. So we are going to talk about the IUD right now. So a lot of people, I mean, I know like I post my life on YouTube and whatnot, and that's like just the way it is. So people are always going to be having their own 2 cents and their own comments. So thank you to friends and family who have reached out to me and told me your experiences and all that stuff. But to those internet warriors out there who think that they know everything in the world and that their opinion is always right, to all the people who try to scare you from something that they don't believe in or that they disapprove of, your comments don't scare me. So here's the thing. The people that are contacting me telling me that it hurts so bad to get the IUD put in, it's the worst pain and yada yada yada. I've had a pelvic exam before, obviously. I know what it feels like for things to be shoved up there, and I don't expect for any second that it is going to be a pain-free process to have a foreign metal object shoved up into your uterus and attached to your uterine wall or whatever it does. None of that sounds pleasant. I know. I'm aware of that. But also, I have had 3 babies in 2 years and 8 months. All 3 of which were induced. So I did not go into labor naturally. So I was induced with Pitocin or Cervidil, which makes your contractions a whole heck of a lot stronger than going into labor naturally. And I also do not have an epidural for any of them. So I can't imagine that at any point during this process it will feel like that. Like, there's no way it's going to feel like I'm having a baby. The other thing, the people that are telling me that it's causing them to bleed for a year, or you're having really, really heavy periods, or yada, yada, yada. I'm looking at getting the Mirena, and I wanted the copper because I didn't want the hormones that were going to come with it. But I can't have the copper because the copper does make you bleed heavier. It does make your periods worse, and I already have very bad periods. The second part of that is if I don't have some sort of hormonal birth control of some sort to regulate my periods, then I end up having cycles that are from like the first day of bleeding until the first day of bleeding of the next cycle, about 20 days, to where 12 to 15 of those days I am bleeding and I have to change the postpartum pads that you get at the hospital every hour to 2 hours. That is not normal. I can't imagine that if I get the IUD that it's going to be like that. So even if I am bleeding for a really long time, it's probably still better than what I normally deal with. So, not a problem. We'll see what happens. I mean, if I am bleeding for months and months and months and months and months, then I will probably have it removed and go back on some other form. But we're going to try this. So, any of those people out there that are trying to scare me with weird things like that, I know, I'm aware. I don't really care about your comments. So, if you want to send me something that you're going to try to scare me about it, don't really care. Not worth your time. I'm going to try it anyways. I'm not super excited about it, but at this point I don't really have many options for me. I'm not going into detail, otherwise this video is going to be far too long. So that is the deal with this. So we are on our way. I hope I make it in time. I don't even know anymore. I'm tired. I'm stressed out. I ate, so I'm not hungry anymore, but yeah, we're gonna see, and I will update you guys. I will let you know what this experience is like and how it compares to, I guess, basically having a induced labor with no epidural. I can tell you pain level, how that compares for anybody who is wondering. Well, unless that blood test comes back positive, then I won't be getting the IUD, I guess. So, all right, I'll see you guys there. The OBGYN office just called to tell me that they didn't have the results back yet, which was super stressful because when they called me, I was like, oh, please tell me that these are negative, but they're like, nope, we still don't have them yet. So I explained the whole situation to the midwife. Midwife is awesome. She's the same one that delivered Everly, and let her know about how everything was playing out and whatnot. So I don't know. She said she's fine placing it since I haven't missed any pills or anything like that, but we'll see. We are officially late. This whole process is frustrating. I got stuck behind a logging truck, like the one from Final Destination. Yeah, that. I swear it was going 5 miles per hour, and now we're just not moving. The light is green. You go when it's green. Keep going. Let's keep going. I have faith. You can do it. Maybe. All done. I survived. So I don't know what I want to say about this process. First off, the midwife that I use, Emily, like I said, she delivered Everly. Love her. So fantastic. She's like the sweetest person ever. And she's very good at like explaining what she's doing. Super, super sweet. Just, you know, very, just caring, and like she really cares for everybody and like, you know, your feelings and how everything's going. And so that's why I really wanted to see her, and she does like one of the breastfeeding groups that I go to that I help out with. So I just love her. So I had her do it because I knew that she'd be super gentle and super caring about it. I got in there, and, you know, they of course go over like all the, you know, stuff that they have to legally about it, like it's 99% effective, all this stuff, can have cysts, can have this, blah, 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 blah. And so, we did all that. I signed the paper and everything. And then like I saw all the stuff that they used to get in there, and I was like, holy crap, this is going to suck so bad. Which you saw the video of like all the stuff that was on that table. Anyway, that being said, what happens is you get on the table, and they stick like one of the little things, like the devices that they use like when you have a pelvic exam. So you know, if you've had a pelvic exam, then you've had one of those before. So they stick that in there, they open everything up, and they like clamp open your cervix, which was for me the worst part. I mean, it didn't really hurt all that bad, but it did like not necessarily cut me, but it caused me to bleed, which I think is normal probably. So they do that, and then she cleans out my cervix with iodine. So if you have an iodine allergy, she said that's bad. That would be a really horrible time to find out that you're allergic to iodine. Cleaned it out. It didn't really feel like anything at all when they were doing that. Then they stick like a measuring thing into your uterus, and they touch like the back of your uterus, which it didn't really feel like anything to me. I don't know what exactly it is that they stick up there, but it didn't really feel like anything. She had me cough. She's like, it's gonna pinch, just do like a big cough. So she counted down, and I did the cough, and I didn't feel anything, nothing at all. So she did that, measured my uterus, and then they put the measurements on the IUD, like the little stick that the IUD goes in. And then she's like, all right, well, we're gonna put the IUD in, you might feel some cramping, all this stuff, and sticks it up there. And it took like maybe 2 minutes for it to like go the whole way in, and then for her to like release it there. And then they cut the strings, and you're done. And I literally felt nothing other than like the speculum or whatever they put in there to open everything up, which it doesn't really bother me all that much because, like I said, I've literally just had 3 back-to-back induced pregnancies with no epidural. So there's really not a lot that registers on my pain scale right now. And this definitely was not one of them. So I don't really know what to tell people that are going around saying that it's like super painful or it hurt more than you thought it was going to be or anything like that, because that was not my experience. This was super easy. It's like really, really easy. And yeah, no problems. I'm just a little bit crampy now, which is to be expected, but I also have ridiculous pregnancy cramps, but period cramps. I have insane cramps. There is no amount of over-the-counter medication that can actually like touch how horrible my cramps are. And then again, being put on Pitocin to have a baby increases how like the intensity of your contractions, and I've gone through all of those with no epidural. So the cramping isn't really bothering me at all. It's just kind of like annoying, but that is essentially how it's gone. So I'm going to drive home and see how things go. They said you could feel dizzy and cramping and like lightheaded and stuff like that. So hopefully that doesn't happen while I'm driving. And then I'll let you know how everything else is going, because I was bleeding, like not really bad, but like decently bad. It wasn't like just a little bit of spotting, like there was blood on the table kind of bleeding. So yeah, I'll let you guys know if the bleeding keeps going for the rest of the day or if it stops. And a lot of people, like I was saying, like your comments don't scare me. The people that are saying that they've been like bleeding for a long time or whatever, it takes 3 to 6 months for your body to regulate after getting an IUD. So you can be intermittent spotting, bleeding, you can be bleeding for the whole time, like all of that stuff. They said up until about 6 months, and if it's going on prior than 6 months, then there's, you know, could be an issue. So anyway, that's that. Let's drive home. All right, guys, it's been a really, really long night. I don't know if you can tell, my contacts are sticking and it hurts. I need to get them out. We were supposed to have trick-or-treating tonight, and we just got this massive storm, so we didn't go. But I wanted to let you guys know that the IUD is still, in the world is happening here, the IUD is still good. I'm not in any pain. The bleeding's pretty much stopped. So far I don't really have very many complaints, and it's been a pretty easy process. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this video edited and go to bed. Look at this eye. Oh my gosh. Wow, I look like a hot mess. So anyway, I hope you guys have a good day or night, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.